indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the show where the aim of the game is to avoid the obvious answers and find the obscure ones. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hello, I'm Jaff. This is my friend Mira, and we're from London.
Couple number two.
Hello, I'm Russell. This is Sarah. We're married and from London.
Couple number three.
Hi, my name's Jared. This is my brother Edward, and we're from Belfast.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Ruth. This is my husband Roger, and we're from South Wales.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. Wonderful to have you all with us. Very warm welcome to Pointless. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. He's got more on his plate than a skinflint at a buffet. It's my Pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi. Very well.
That's very good news. Roger and Ruth, hi. Welcome back. Lovely to have you back. Round two last time. 3 new players. Our first ever Jaff, I think. Unless I'm very much mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe the first Jaff in Pointless history. Lovely to have you here. Sam and Alan, who got through to the jackpot round last time, did rather well, didn't they?
They were
They had
very
a
good.
4-pointer, a 3-pointer, and a 1-pointer. It's about as well. Yeah, you sound gutted. So good, but no jackpot.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK. Yes, Sam and Alan, as you gather, didn't win the jackpot, which means we're adding another £1,000 to the jackpot, and today's, therefore, starts off at £4,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. All you have to remember is this. The pair with the highest score at the end of each round gets eliminated, so just score as low as you can. Very best of luck to all 4 pairs. Our first category today is animated celebrities. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? Okay. And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, so the question concerns guest appearances on The Simpsons. Richard.
We are going to show you 16 pictures now of people who've made a guest appearance on The Simpsons. You just have to give us the most obscure answer you can, please.
OK, a board of people, 16 of them will go up. We're not going to change it halfway through the round. That stays up for the whole round. So, Jaff, good luck. Let's hope all the ones you pick don't get picked by other people while you wait for your turn. Let's see what our image brings to us. We have got, there we are, 16 people, all of whom have been guest stars on The Simpsons. There we go. So, Mira, welcome.
Hi.
Tell us all about yourself, Mira.
I'm Mira. I live in London, and I generally, actually, from a job perspective, I work in data transformation.
That sounds amazing. Data, whew, and it turns into what? Transforms from one thing to another. What's it turn into?
Amazing insight and, about the impact of what we do.
I see. And reading data, exactly that.
Yeah. And then in my spare time, I am a Reading season ticket holder, Reading FC, for my sin. I know, quite close. And also do a bit of Bollywood dancing in my spare time. Lovely.
Now, Mira, who are you going to go for on this board?
Oh gosh, I know a few, but this is a lot harder in real life.
It is, isn't it?
OK, I think I'm going to go for second column, third one down, Ellen DeGeneres.
Ellen DeGeneres, says Mira. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Ellen DeGeneres. Down he goes to 50. Not bad. Good start to the round.
Yeah, very good start to the show. Well played, Mira. She was a judge on American Idol in The Simpsons. Mo, the bartender, joins her and judged me tender.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Russell, welcome to the show. Tell us all about yourself, Russell.
I'm a London Blue Badge tour guide. So I show people around London, introduce them to the sites, give a bit of context, tell a few stories, help them make the best out of their trip to London.
Can I just, before I say anything else, just comment on how sharp you look?
Thank you very much.
I don't think... we so seldom get a tie, but a tie and a beautiful... What is that? What is that? A sort of
Dress
twill?
up when you leave the house, surely.
It's a was that made to fit you? Was it
Yes,
a bespoke?
it was.
I was going to
Yes.
say, because you can tell the way it sits on the upper chest.
Thank you.
OK, Russell, who are you going to go for on our board here?
I'm going to go for the musical theatre composer, second row down on the far right. Stephen Sondheim.
Stephen Sondheim, says Russell. That's exciting. Let's see how many of our 100 people recognise Stephen Sondheim. It's right. Now, 50 is the only score we have at the moment, and you passed that. That's a pointless answer. Very well done indeed, Russell. Sharp in every sense. That, being a pointless answer, adds £250 to today's jackpot, takes the total up to £4,250, scores you nothing. Well done.
What a terrific start to the show. Well played, Russell. Yes, Stephen Sondheim. I love a bit of Stephen Sondheim.
Yeah.
He's won Oscars, Pulitzer Prizes, Grammys. He's won a bit of everything.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Gerard, welcome. Tell us all about yourself.
Hi, my name is Jared. I'm a pharmacy technician from Belfast. My job would entail I would order drugs ready for the hospital. It's getting urgent things for patients or things like that, or just replenishing stock.
Right.
Really.
Very nice indeed. OK, now, Gerard, all these people have been Simpsons guest stars. Who are they?
Going over for actress in the second column, Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot. OK, let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Gal Gadot. It's right. Again, 50 the high score, nothing the low. That ends up at 11. Very well done indeed, Gerard.
Well played, Gerard. Yeah, Gal Gadot plays Wonder Woman, of course, and often has a mispronounced name, so well done for pronouncing it correctly.
Gal Gadot.
Gal
Good.
Gadot.
Good name. Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Ruth, welcome back.
Hi.
Lovely to have you with us once
Thank
again.
you.
Oh, you were so good until you got kicked off
Yeah.
last time. You were. I thought you had finalists written all over you. Remind us all about yourself, Ruth.
I'm a business manager for an education company, but also run a street food company with my husband, Roger.
When did you start the street food thing?
Just under 2 years ago now, we went on holiday to Malaysia and for our 10th wedding anniversary, fell in love with the place, kept going back and was inspired to start it, and it's led to us being champions in Wales.
So it's Malaysian food, is it?
Absolutely.
Like sort of nasi lemak and things like that.
Things like that, yeah.
Wonderful. There we go. Ruth, what are you going to go for on our board?
I did have Gal Gadot, but unfortunately now it's not as obscure. I think I'm going to go with Lady Gaga, just because she looks a little different on there.
Lady Gaga, says Ruth. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Lady Gaga. It's right. And down he goes for 35. Well done, Ruth.
Yeah, she appeared in an episode in 2012, which makes you realise how long she's been around. Doesn't feel like she has, does it?
No. There we are. Thank you very much. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. Nothing the best score of the past, Russell. Well done indeed. Little bow you took there. I like that. I should have said take a bow, but you did. 11 is where we find Eddie and Gerard. 35 is where we find Ruth and Roger. And 50 is where Mira and Jaff are currently hanging out. But Jaff, let's just hope there's a lovely low score that someone's not going to steal from you. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? There we are. Roger, welcome back.
Thank you.
Remind us all about yourself.
So I'm the chef half, really, of the street food business.
As you came in, you went into the street food business, thought, right, that's it. I'm going to do this now. This is going to be what I do, full time.
Yeah, we went for a big life change and yeah, threw ourselves into it.
When you're working, does Ruth call you darling, Roger, or chef?
I insist on chef.
Good, I'm quite delighted to hear
I never
that.
get called chef, but I insist on it.
Do you put your hair in a net?
I have bandanas, is my sort
That's
of...
much better than a net.
Tied back, bandana, yeah.
That's a great look. You're on 35. If you can score 14 or less, you're into the next round.
Yeah, I'm looking down the third row down, and I definitely know two. So I'm going to go with James Caan.
James Caan, says Roger. Here's your red line. Let's see how many of our 100 people said James Caan. James Caan is absolutely right. And it gets you through. Down to 3. Very well done indeed, Roger. Taking your total up to 38.
Yeah, James Caan appeared in an episode called All's Fair in Oven War.
Nice. Now, Eddie,
Hello.
welcome. Tell us all about yourself, Eddie.
So I'm a civil servant back home. Fairly boring office-based job.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
But hey, you got a shirt with birds on.
I do, yes.
Hey!
Yeah. That's why I'm trying to liven it up when I'm out of the office, you know.
That's
we
fun.
a wee bit more exciting.
That's fun. And what excites you outside the world of office work?
I took up blacksmithing recently. I built a wee forge in the back garden.
With a big bellows like this?
Yeah, well, it's like a fan, nothing quite.
Oh, it's no, okay.
It's still quite
Electric.
primitive, but nothing like a big bellows.
Do you have a big leather apron?
Yeah.
My great-grandfather was a blacksmith.
Really?
Yeah, in Brighton, yeah, just by the front in Brighton. Yeah, it's 7 open blacksmiths where you stand and watch.
Oh, that's wonderful. I completely agree. I'd love to do a bit of blacksmithing.
Blacksmithery,
And what sort of things do you make?
anything. And then usually give it away as gifts, because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure trading standards would be all over me if I tried to sell it.
Sounds really good fun. Now, Eddie, there you are. You're on 11. 38 or less keeps you in the game.
There's one there who's my girlfriend's favourite person in the entire world. If I don't pick her, she'll be raging, so we'll go for Dolly Parton.
OK, here is your red line. Can you get below that red line with Dolly Parton? Let's find out. Dolly Parton is right. 69. Taking your total up to 80.
I love Dolly Parton as well, I have to say. I
Yeah.
think she's a genius.
Yeah.
I think we have a certain image of her over here, but in terms of songwriting, singing, I mean, she's just
Extraordinary.
brilliant.
Yeah.
So I'm with your girlfriend there, I'm afraid. Love a bit of Dolly.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Sarah, welcome. The pair of you, you look like you've stepped off the set of a film. That's fantastic. Tell us about that dress. What is it?
It's a 1940s pattern in modern fabric. I do a bit of dressmaking.
Made by you, then?
Made by my fair hands, yes.
This is just a hobby of yours, dressmaking?
Yeah, I like being creative. So I do knitting, sewing, bit of jam making, whatever there is, I say, yeah, I'll have a go.
That's absolutely beautiful. Tell her, what do you do, Sarah?
I'm a personal assistant to the Vice-Chancellor at the University of Greenwich.
Wow. There we are. Excellent. OK, Sarah, there you are. You're on nothing. Brilliant score from Russell in the first pass. Means 79 or less gets you into the next round. What are you going to go for on our board?
I should go with the first person that I knew, hopefully. So that's on the second line, Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos, says Sarah. Let's see how many of our 100 people recognise Jeff Bezos. There's your red line. Jeff Bezos is right. Gets you through. Down that goes to 11. Takes your total up to 11.
Well played, Sarah. Yeah, the richest person in the world. That's quite something to be, isn't it?
He's gone from just being a name that you thought, I must try and remember that name about a year ago, now to being a face that you recognise, and it will just become more and more recognisable and known.
Do you know where I would shop if I was the richest person in the whole world? Waitrose.
Oh, you
I
could
bet
have
if you go in
anything.
there, it's just him
Yeah,
buying hummus.
getting his free coffee.
Maybe
As he
Bill
pushes.
Gates is there.
Maybe.
Maybe the Queen is there.
No, she's working on the till.
Going anywhere nice?
Now then, Jaff, tell us all about yourself, Jaff.
So I work in the slightly boring and ubiquitous world of IT. So Jeff Bezos was going to be my answer. Thank you very much. But yeah.
He's like the king of IT.
I think so.
Yeah. Tell us all about yourself other than the wonderful world of IT.
So I love to travel. I actually met
Yeah.
Mira in Ecuador randomly about 15 years ago.
And you said, should we go on Pointless together?
Yeah, well,
When they've got it up and running.
Like once you've invented it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OK. Now, you can't take your foot off the gas here because you have to score 29 or less. Do you feel like talking us through the board?
I'll have a go. We've got Tony Blair. I think that's probably Venus Williams, Elizabeth Taylor, Leonard Nimoy, I think, Stephen Hawking. Don't know the one next to Ellen DeGeneres. Tom Jones. I think that's Buzz Aldrin at the bottom. And the one I'm going to go for is Tony Bennett.
OK, Tony Bennett, says Jaff. Here is your red line. Can you get below that with Tony Bennett? Let's find out. Tony Bennett is right. You've done it. Very well done. With room to spare, look at that, down to 10. Takes your total up to 60.
Very well played, Jeff. You took us through the board perfectly as well, apart from one. It is Tony Blair. He's the biggest scorer up there, 85. You're quite right about Venus Williams. She would have scored you 11. Liz Taylor would have been 39. Leonard Nimoy would have been 12. We'll leave the one you didn't say for a moment. Stephen Hawking would have scored you 43. Tom Jones, 66. Quite right, it is Buzz Aldrin. He would have scored you 9 points. Then, and this is another very good answer.
I think that's Neil Gaiman.
Neil Gaiman, the writer, absolutely. He would have scored you 2 points.
Wow. Thank you very much indeed. So we are at the end of our first round. We have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. And that pair, Eddie and Gerard, it's you nothing wrong with either of your answers. It's been lovely having you on the show. Look forward to next time. Eddie and Gerard. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. And there we are, suddenly down to 3 pairs. It's all hotting up here on Pointless. Ooh. Now, Russell, lowest individual scorer there with nothing, a pointless answer. And actually, Russell and Sarah, our lowest team score as well. I think they seem to be the ones to beat, but everyone did pretty well, though. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 today is science and nature. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and our science and nature question is all about scientific processes. Richard.
On each board, we're going to describe 6 scientific processes. You just have to tell us what they are, please. We'll give you the first letter of each word and how many letters there are in that word as well. So 12 in all to have a go at home.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our first board of 6 scientific processes. Here they come. Process by which a liquid is changed to a solid state when it's cooled, such as when water becomes ice. F. 8. The loss of electrons and gain of oxygen, which can result in corrosion or rusting. O. 9. Process by which a liquid turns into a vapour. E. 11. Process where a solid turns straight into a gas without first becoming a liquid. S. 11. The type of cell division which produces daughter cells that are genetically identical to the parent. M. 7. And the process of using yeast or other microorganisms to convert sugars, often into alcohol. F. 12. I'll read those processes one last time. Process by which a liquid is changed to a solid state when it's cooled, such as when water becomes ice. The loss of electrons and gain of oxygen, which can result in corrosion or rusting. Process by which a liquid turns into a vapour. Process where a solid turns straight into a gas without first becoming a liquid. The type of cell division which produces daughter cells that are genetically identical to the parent. And the process of using yeast or other microorganisms to convert sugars, often into alcohol. There we are. Jaff. What do you want to go for on our board of processes?
I think I'm going to go for the 4th one down, the liquid to solid to liquid, and I think it's sublimation.
Sublimation, says Jaff. Let's see how many of our 100 people got that. Sublimation. It is sublimation. That, Jaff, I think is a very good answer. Down it goes to 10. Well done. Great start to the round.
That was an impressive start, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think most people are looking down the board going, well, I can get most of them apart from the S one. But yeah, well done. Dry ice would be an example of that.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed. Now, Russell.
I think I'm probably better on musical theatre than I am on science. The bottom one, fermentation.
Fermentation, says Russell. Let's see how many of our 100 people said fermentation. Fermentation is right. 55. 55 for fermentation.
Yeah, it's been used to make alcoholic drinks for nearly 10,000 years, they think. And of course, you get lots of fermented foods these days. Becomes much more fashionable over here.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. And now, Ruth, you're the last to have this board. Do you want to talk us through all these processes?
I think the top one is freezing. I think the second one is oxygenate. I'm not sure on the 3rd. And the 5th is somewhere in my head, but I can't think of it. So I'm hoping I counted correctly, and the second one is oxygenate.
Oxygenate, says Ruth. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said oxygenate. No, I'm sorry, Ruth. I'm afraid not oxygenate. That scores you 100 points.
Sorry, Ruth, that's a different process. You'll notice, well, this is simply oxidation or oxidizing, and would have scored you 31 points. The top one, quite right, was freezing. Would have scored you 49. Liquid turn into a vapour.
Evaporation.
Evaporation. Would have scored you 61. And I remember this from O-level biology for whatever reason.
Mitosis.
Mitosis, yeah. And that would have scored 16. So the best answer on the board, Jaff, is sublimation. Well played.
Very good. Thank you so much, Richard. Yeah, Jaff, very, very well done indeed. Best score of the past, 10. There we are. Then up to 55, where we find Russell and Sarah. Then up to 100, where we find Ruth and Roger. Roger, who knows what the next board's going to be like? There may be some other pitfalls in there, so that may not be the last 100, but a nice low score from you will help take advantage of that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 6 more clues to scientific processes up on the board, and here they are. Process by which plants use light energy to convert water and carbon dioxide into oxygen. P, 14. Process by which food that is eaten by humans or animals is broken down into other substances. D, 9. The wave-like muscular contractions that squeeze or push food along the esophagus to the stomach. P, 11. The change in direction of a wave as it passes from one medium to another, caused by its change in speed. R, 10. The regulation and maintenance of conditions in the human body, such as temperature, water, and blood sugar levels. H, 11, and the emission of energy in the form of particles or electromagnetic waves are 9. I'll read those clues again. Process by which plants use light energy to convert water and carbon dioxide into oxygen. Process by which food that is eaten by humans or animals is broken down into other substances. The wave-like muscular contractions that squeeze or push food along the esophagus to the stomach. The change in direction of a wave as it passes from one medium to another, caused by its change in speed. The regulation and maintenance of conditions in the human body, such as temperature, water, and blood sugar levels, and the emission of energy in the form of particles or electromagnetic waves. There we are. Roger, over to you.
I think I know 2.
I'd say now is time for a bit of judicious risk-taking.
I kind of wish I'd spent a bit more time paying attention in science. I'm going to go with the bottom one, radiation.
Radiation, says Roger. No red line, you're the highest scorers at the moment, but let's see what happens when we say radiation. It's absolutely right. Down it goes to 45. 145.
Yeah, the flags on the moon have been bleached white by surface radiation. They will disintegrate in time as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, there you go. So we'll have to go up there and put some new ones up.
We better had.
Yeah.
Maybe made of something else.
Yes, I would have thought so. Maybe something
maybe
that's
tin foil.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
It'll make a good noise. It blows as well.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Sarah. Sarah, you're on 55. You have to score 89 or less to get into the head-to-head.
Well, I hope I've spelt it correctly because it fits. Process by which plants use light energy, photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis, says Sarah. Here's your red line, nice and high. How many of our 100 said photosynthesis? It's right, and you're through. Perfect. Good enough, 54, taking your total up to 109.
Yeah, scientists now think some animals photosynthesize as well. The pea aphid and the oriental hornet. Both can photosynthesize.
Love the oriental hornet.
Oh, I love an oriental hornet.
I seem to remember, I thought there was some butterfly that did. Didn't they used to think there was a butterfly that photosynthesized?
Oh, yes, Steve.
That's the one.
Steve the butterfly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed,
Pleasure.
Richard. Now, Mira,
Yes.
good news. You're through.
Oh, yay.
Just doesn't matter what you score. Doesn't matter. You're through. You're through. You're through. Do you want to talk us through this board and fill in some of our blanks?
Yeah, my dad and my sister are both doctors, and when they watch this, they're going to be screaming at the telly. I think the second one is digestion. The third one, I have absolutely no idea.
Oh, it's one of my favourites, that.
I know, I feel like I should
yeah.
know it. Fourth one, again, just a mind blank. But the fifth one, I think, is homeostasis. And that's the one I'm going to go for.
Homeostasis. Sounds good to me. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said homeostasis. It is homeostasis. Oh, Mira, look at that. Down it goes to 14. Very well done indeed. 24 is your total.
Well played, Mira. Thank you for going for that one as well, because I was worried about pronouncing it when I was going through the board.
Homeostasis.
Yeah, well, that's, you know.
Could be, yeah.
I was really taking a run up to it. Now, let's take a look at these other ones. You're quite right about digestion. That's a much bigger score. They would have scored 58. The wave-like muscular contractions.
Oh, peristalsis.
Peristalsis.
Oh,
Our
I love
old
that
friend
one.
peristalsis.
We love peristalsis.
That would have scored 16. And do you know this next one?
Is refraction.
Refraction. It is, and that's actually the best answer on the board. So well done if you said refraction, 9 points.
Thank you very much indeed. So we are at the end of our second round, which means we have to say goodbye to another pair. Oh, Roger and Ruth, it's round 2 again.
Yeah.
The curse of round 2. Been lovely having you on the show. Thank you so much, Roger and Ruth. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Many congratulations, Jaff and Mira, Sarah and Russell. You're now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, currently standing at £4,250. Well, it's the head-to-head, which means you can now chat before you give your answers. First pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot.
It's a good lineup, this, isn't it?
Look at it, yeah.
Smart, and both classy looking. Everyone's looking great. Everyone's giving great answers.
Yeah.
Nice.
I couldn't call this.
One word, standards. That's what we're seeing today. Standards.
Nice.
It's nice to see, isn't it?
Yeah. Keep up the good work, both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns poker hands. Richard.
Yep, I'm going to show you 5 pictures now, which are clues to the names of different poker hands. We'll also show you the initials of those hands as well.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 visual clues, and here they are. We have got A, PT. B, RF. C, S. D, B. And E, TOAK. There we are. 5 poker hands. Jaff and Amira, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first. Okay, Jaff and Mira.
So we're going to go with B and say it's royal flush.
Okay, royal flush, say Jaff and Mira. Now then, Sarah and Russell, do you want to talk us through the rest of those hands?
We've got a couple of guesses.
And 2 that we know. So C is straight, E is 3 of a kind.
We think A is pocket 10, but we're going to go for a risky D. Russ?
Bastille.
Bastille. Bastille, say Sarah and Russell. Okay, so we have royal flush and we have Bastille. Jaff and Mira went for royal flush for B. Let's see how many of our 100 people got royal flush. It's right. That goes down to 69. Sarah and Russell, meanwhile, have gone for Bastille. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people got it. Bastille. Oh, it sounded like it might be the kind of thing, but I'm afraid it's not. Well done, Jaff and Mira. After 1 question, you're up 1-0.
Very nice to see a risk being taken as well. Do you recognise that building? It's in your neck of the woods.
Beautiful. Where is it?
It's a Broadway Tower in the Cotswolds, in Broadway. And the answer is Broadway. Would have scored you 1 point. That's an ace high straight at Broadway, but it's 1 point, so it's a very, very good answer if you got that. I couldn't have given you pocket 10. It's pocket 10s, which is the hand when you've got the 2 cards in the pocket there. Both 10s. Would have scored you 10 points. That's nice.
Nice.
And you were quite right about the other 2, though. C was straight. Wouldn't have won you the point, would have scored you 84. And you're right about 3 of a kind, and that would have won you the point, because 3 of a kind would have scored you 38.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, here comes your second question. Sarah and Russell, you need to win this one, stay in the game, so good luck. Our second question today is all about masters, Richard.
Yep, simply 5 clues to various masters of different types.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal the 5 masters. Here they come. The original host of the TV quiz show Mastermind, beginning in 1972, the US state in which the Masters golf tournament's been held annually since 1934. In 2002, age 12, the Ukrainian Sergei Karyakin became the youngest ever grandmaster in this game. Liverpool-born author of the 1998 novel Master Georgie and the composer of the Enigma Variations, appointed Master of the King's Music in 1924? I'll read those clues again. The original host of the TV quiz show Mastermind, beginning in 1972. The US state in which the Masters golf tournament's been held annually since 1934. In 2002, age 12, the Ukrainian Sergei Karyakin became the youngest ever grandmaster in this game. Liverpool-born author of the 1998 novel Master Georgie and the composer of the Enigma Variations, appointed Master of the King's Music in 1924. There we are. Sarah and Russell, it's over to you.
We're going to go for the bottom one, Edward Elgar.
Edward Elgar, say Sarah and Russell. Now then, Jaff and Mira, over to you. Can you talk us through the rest of that board?
Okay, so the top one, I think, is Magnus Magnusson. I'm not sure. So, and you know the second one.
Well, I think it's Augusta, but I think it's in Georgia state, but not sure.
I guess that the next one is chess.
Yeah.
So I think we go with yours.
Really? Georgia is a state, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go Georgia.
You're going to go Georgia for the second one. So we have Edward Elgar and we have Georgia. Sarah and Russell said Edward Elgar for the Enigma Variations. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Elgar. It's absolutely right. Down it goes to 25. Meanwhile, Jaff and Mira have gone for Georgia for Masters Golf Tournament. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Georgia. Georgia's absolutely right. Oh, 28. 28 for Georgia. I said it'd be close. And it surely is. Very well done indeed, Sarah and Russell, back in the game. After 2 questions, it's 1-1.
It's a good head-to-head, isn't it? There's only one answer up there that would have beaten Elgar. The top answer, it wouldn't have beaten Elgar. You're right, though. It was Magnus Magnusson. Would have scored 54. The Ukrainian chess is the answer there, 77 points. So this is the best answer up there. Do you know this one?
I'm not sure I do, no.
Beryl Bainbridge. That would have scored 7 points. Very well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Here comes your third question. Whoever wins this one goes through to the final and plays for that rather sizable jackpot. So best of luck to both pairs. Our third question this afternoon is all about countries on the equator. Richard.
Yeah, I'm going to show you the names now of 5 countries which the equator passes through, but we've made anagrams of them, I'm afraid. Whoever scores the fewest points in this one goes through to play for that jackpot. Good luck.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, let's reveal our 5 anagrams of countries on the equator. Here they come. Anbog, Forthcoming Cubicle Cooperated, Naki, Apportioned Cinemas, and Doug Arner. I'll read those one last time. Anbog, Forthcoming Cubicle Cooperated, Naki, Apportioned Cinemas, and Doug Arner. There we are. So, Jaff and Mira, you get to go first.
What do you think? So, struggling a little, but we're going to go for a bit of a gamble.
King, you said the second, which one?
Second one down, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good point. All right. So we're going to go with the top one and say Gabon.
Gabon for Anbog. Now then, Sarah and Russell, it's over to you. What have you? Could you want to talk us through the rest of that board?
Well, we only know 2 of the others, which are the middle one is Kenya and the bottom one is Uganda. And it took us...
We can't remember which one took us longer to work out.
The bottom one took us longer to work out, so we'll go Uganda.
OK, Uganda. So we have Gabon and we have Uganda. Jaff and Mira have gone for Gabon. Let's see if that's right for Anbog. It certainly is right. And it scores 54. Impossible to call this, isn't it? I mean, absolutely no way of knowing, apart from, as you say, which took you the longest to find. Uganda was the one you think took you the longest. Doug Arner, let's see if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people got Uganda. It is Uganda. Oh, 61. 61 for Uganda, which means... Very well done indeed, Jaff and Mira. After 3 questions, you're through to the final 2-1.
Yeah, great stuff, both teams. Well played, lovely head-to-head. Kenya was the biggest scorer up there. Kenya would have scored you 72. Now, listen, it's a long anagram, Forthcoming Cubicle Cooperated, but it's... you anywhere near it?
No, not even slightly.
I got it. I'm very pleased with myself. Democratic Republic of the Congo is the answer. Would have scored you 11 points. The best answer, though, is a portion cinemas, which I didn't get.
No.
Anyone at home got this? Very well done if you did. It's Sao Tome and Principe.
Oh, for goodness sake.
And that would have scored 6 points. Very smart. Anyone working that out?
Very good indeed. Thank you so much. The pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head, Sarah and Russell. Well, I'm sorry we're saying goodbye to you, but I'm thrilled you're going to be back next time, and I have absolutely no doubt you'll soar through the next one as well. It's been great having you here. Thank you so much, Sarah and Russell. But for Jaff and Mira, it is now time for our Pointless Final. Congratulations, Jaff and Mira. You have seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £4,250. That was a hard-won trophy. You were up against some really stiff competition, but you've come through absolutely fantastically. A really great show up to this point. Wouldn't it be lovely if you could win that jackpot? It'd be the perfect end to the show. What do you want to see come up?
Well, we both like football.
Yeah, probably some form of football category.
Obscure 90s indie bands might help.
OK, well, very, very best of luck. Let's see what today's selection looks like. We've got 4 choices as ever, and they are Eurovision, Premier League red cards, 1950s British film comedies, and royal births. What do you think?
Well, I think it takes too much for us to decide on that, really.
Premier League red cards.
Premier League red cards it is.
Okay, very best of luck. It's an interesting one, this one. We're looking for any of the following 3 things, please. We're looking for any player who has received 5 or more red cards in Premier League history. That's from 1992 up to the end of the 18-19 season. We're looking for any referee who's issued 30 or more red cards in the Premier League same era. Or we're looking for any team who has ever had a player receive a red card in the Premier League, so 92 through to 18-19. So 5 or more red cards for a player, 30 or more for a referee, or any team who's had any player sent off. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need for that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. You don't have to answer all 3 categories, as you know. Just focus on whichever ones you like the look of. Are you ready?
Are we ready?
As ready as we'll ever be.
OK, well, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
The teams and
Teams,
what about Reading?
Well, teams Reading have probably had a red card.
Yeah.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, so some of those teams that haven't been in for a while.
Yeah.
What about referees? Is it?
Mike Dean is the only one I can think of.
Can we think of any of those other old referees who've been around for ages? What was that? Mark somebody? Clattenburg?
Yeah, he's probably done a red card.
But he's still quite a big one, isn't he?
Yeah.
Neil. There was one called Neil something.
Players, I can't.
Should we stay away from players?
Yeah,
I think teams that basically it's teams that have been in the
Yeah.
Premier League, right?
Yeah,
So-
I think Sheffield Wednesday was the guy who pushed him. Do you remember?
Oh, that was what's his name?
Yeah. DeCanio.
Lucky we don't do that.
Yeah, so
Go with that. So Reading.
Reading, Sheffield
Other
Wednesday.
teams that have dropped out of the Premier League.
I was trying to think. Who's
Right.
next?
Blackburn.
10 seconds left.
Blackpool.
Blackpool?
Yeah.
Blackpool. That'll do.
Okay, we've got 5 seconds. Do you know what we're doing?
Neil Swarbrick, is that his name?
Okay, let's go for it.
Yeah, that just come to me from nowhere. Okay.
OK, that is your time up. What answers are you going to give me?
So Neil Swarbrick just came to me from nowhere. Maybe I've made him up.
Swarbrick. And that's...
In the
The referees.
Yep.
And then teams.
Yeah, we'll go Reading.
Reading.
And we'll go Blackpool.
And Blackpool.
Blackpool.
So Neil Swarbrick, Reading and Blackpool. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer, do you think?
If it's right, Neil.
Neil
what's his name?
made up. I just made up.
Neil Swarbrick. Well, let's put Neil last, just in case. Least likely to be pointless?
Well, probably
Blackpool.
maybe Blackpool. 'cause it's
Blackpool,
not
and then
right.
Reading goes in the middle.
Yeah.
OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board then. And here they are. Blackpool, Reading and Neil Swarbrick. 3 good answers on the board there.
hope
What if
so.
one of these turns out to be pointless and wins you that jackpot? Today's jackpot's a particularly nice one, £4,250. Yeah, what would you like to do with that, Jaff?
I think we're going to the Central African Republic because I nearly picked that as the answer earlier until Mira talked me out of it.
Yeah, Mira, anything else you want to add to that?
I really want to keep learning the piano again. I started when I was little, so buying a keyboard. Love to.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
OK, well, very, very best of luck. As I say, 3 good answers. Let's hope one of these is pointless. Blackpool's your first answer. In this case, we're looking for any team that has ever been issued with a red card. If Blackpool's right and is pointless, you leave here with £4,250. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Blackpool. It's right. Just has to be pointless now for you to leave that jackpot of £4,250. Down we go, Blackpool into single figures. Still going down, Blackpool to 2. OK. Well, not a pointless answer. Still a brilliant score, though. 2 is a fantastic score. Very much in the right zone. Wouldn't it be lovely as a Reading season ticket holder if Reading came riding to your rescue? £4,250 will be yours if no one has named Reading as a team who's been shown a red card. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Reading. Reading's right. Blackpool's right, took us all the way down to 2. Will Reading be the answer that takes us all the way down to pointless and wins you that jackpot of £4,250? Down we go, single figures with Reading. Still going down, passing 2, 1! Oh. 1!
This was close.
2 fantastic answers. And then suddenly, as the dying seconds of that minute were running out, you suddenly thought of Neil Swarbrick, a referee. We're hoping that he is a referee who has issued 30 or more red cards. Let's find out how many of our 100 people named Neil Swarbrick for £4,250. Is it pointless? Oh, no! Oh, no, bad luck! Oh, that's so close. That's cruelly close. But I'm afraid you didn't manage to find the all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot. But don't forget, you get to take home a pointless trophy. And as I said, a very special, hard-won pointless trophy. And you've played fantastically across the show, so well done, Jack.
Yeah, it was a high-quality show and a high-quality jackpot round as well. Neil Swarbrick, he is a ref, but 11 red cards or something. Neil Swarbrick hasn't. He's not been around long enough. And listen, Mira, at least Reading got a point. Makes a change, doesn't it? I'm going to go through the answers in the different categories. You will recognise lots of names, so let's just get it over with, shall we? So, players who received 5 or more red cards in Premier League history. David Batty is on the list, Dennis Wise, Frank Leboeuf, John Hartson, Alan Smith is there, Andy Cole, Carlton Palmer, Dion Dublin, Gareth Barry, Mark Noble, all pointless answers. Scott Parker is a pointless answer, the Fulham man. I can't believe he ever fouled anybody. He is such an angel. Now, referees who've issued 30 or more red cards. Chris Foy, Graham Barber, Phil Dowd, Rob Stars, Alan Wiley, Andy Durso, Dermot Gallagher was a pointless answer there, Lee Mason, Lee Probert, Mark Halsey, Stephen Bennett. They were the pointless answers there. Mike Dean and Mark Clattenburg were the 2 high scorers there. You were absolutely right about we've got to go from obscure teams. It's pretty much every team's ever played in the Premier League. And there are 3 pointless answers. Blackpool and Reading were good answers, but Coventry City, Oldham Athletic and Swindon Town were the ones that would have won you the money. Very well done if you said any of those at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Jaff and Mira, thank you so much. You played brilliantly across this show. I'm sorry you didn't get to win the jackpots, though that will therefore roll over onto the next show when we will be playing for £5,250. Join us then, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.